Hey there, my name is Adam Short, and I am Advanced Certified QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor and an IRS enrolled agent. And today I'd like to talk to you about how to set up and leverage lists in QuickBooks Online. Lists are simply a way of describing the various options in QuickBooks Online, such as your chart of accounts, your products and services, your classes, your divisions or businesses, and other things that help to differentiate transactions in QuickBooks Online. So here we have Craig's Design and Landscaping Services. This is a free test drive of QuickBooks Online that anybody can use for free. And to get to it, you just Google QBO test drive, and it will allow you to kind of get used to using QBO without worrying about breaking or messing up your own books. So what we'll do first is we'll go up here to the gear icon, and then we have a column here that says lists, and I'm highlighting it here with my mouse. And so let's go to all lists. This will show us essentially all the lists available that we can edit and customize. So first we've got chart of accounts, and your chart of accounts is your kind of your under the hood of your books. It's every income, expense, asset, liability, and equity account that you have in your books. So all of your transactions have to be recorded in accounts that are set up in your chart of accounts. So let's click this. Let's go into here and take a look at this briefly. Of course, we get the nice image here, take a peek under the hood. And so with this test drive file, we've got kind of the basic, run-of-the-mill accounts that you would typically find in a small business. We've got the bank accounts, which are asset accounts. And notice these arrow icons here, which mean that this account is connected to the financial institution via the bank feed area. So it will automatically bring in those transactions on those accounts into QBO. We've got other asset accounts like accounts receivable, inventory, and other things, prepaid expense, some fixed assets, vehicles. We've got credit cards, which is a liability account. We've got payable accounts. We've got equity, and then we've got our income, different types of income, and then we've got expenses. So this is, again, where all of your transactions have to be tied to at least 2 accounts per transaction. You have a debit and a credit. So they're all going to be showing up in your chart of accounts. So at any point in time, you're able to edit these accounts by clicking the little drop-down arrow next to the View Register or Run Report link on the right-hand side. And then if you just click Edit, it will bring up a pop-up that allows you to change the account type, the detail type, name, and whether or not it's a sub-account. Now, remember that if you change the account type, and sometimes even the detail type, it will sometimes change the structure of your accounting. So be aware of that. It can change your income statement. It can change your balance sheet. Another feature that is available is with this little checkbox, you'll find this if your account is linked to your financial institution. You can click this box to disconnect it from that, but we're not going to do that this time. So that's kind of a brief overview of our chart of accounts. Let's click this blue link, all lists, go back to our lists, and let's also look at recurring transactions. Recurring transactions is the place where you set up transactions that are going to happen on a regular basis, maybe at the same time every month, the same time every week, or the same time every year. And we have a couple in here already. Your telephone bill, for things that are going to be a fixed regular amount each time, this is a great place to do that. And the other thing you can do with the recurring transactions is you can set up, if you've got a QuickBooks payments account, which is a merchant account, which means that your customers or clients pay you via QuickBooks invoices. Well, you can actually set up those recurring sales receipts in here. If we click New and then we go to Sales Receipts here at the bottom, and then OK. Again, this is a test drive file, so it may not let us do that. Oh yeah, it does let us do that. So this is kind of our template for setting up a recurring sales receipt. And then if we have a payments account, this area here, this payment method, we would select, let's just select MasterCard. And then we would click this box, enter credit card details. You capture the credit card information either on site with your client or via a recurring authorization form where they authorize you to charge their card on a regular basis. You enter all these details, you save it, and you fill in the details here on this sales receipt, and then QuickBooks, based on the schedule that you set up, QuickBooks will charge their card or their bank account if you want to do an ACH draft on a regular basis. So it's a very good way to handle recurring billing. Let's go ahead and close this, go back to all lists. And another big area here is products and services. Now, some of you who used to use QuickBooks Desktop may recall that this is called items in QuickBooks Desktop. QuickBooks Online calls this products and services. Notice that this also shows up under the sales now. It used to show up elsewhere in QuickBooks Online, but now it's under sales. And then you've got these 4 tabs here. You've got all sales, invoices, customers, and products and services. And again, these are all of the items that the business is selling or offering to the customers or clients. So these are items. They're still items, and they're item-based. They're item-based transactions when you create a sales receipt or invoice using these items. So we can do sub-accounts under items, under the products or services, like they have set up here. The fountains are a sub-item of design. So, and you have your type here that tells you, whether it's a service or whether it's an inventory item, meaning that you're tracking the inventory, which you can do through this feature. Or you can also have non-inventory, and they may not have any of those in here, but non-inventory would be something that you're selling to a customer that you don't track the inventory of, that either you don't need to track the inventory or it's a service item that you're calling a non-inventory. So if we want to create new products and services, we just click this new button at the top right, and then we get the options here. We've got inventory, non-inventory, service, and then bundle is a new one that was just released recently, where you can kind of put multiple items together in a bundle. So that's where you set those up. Again, this is just an overview. We're going to go back to all lists. A new area that they've enabled is product categories. For example, let's say your business is a lawn care business or a landscaping business. In this case, we're talking about a landscaping business. Let's say that you've got categories. You've got hardscapes, you've got landscaping, and maybe you've got lawn care. So those are product categories that you could enable in here. We won't really dive into that now. Custom form styles is more of a kind of a bells and whistles option available, where you can customize the sales receipt appearance and the fields and things like that. Payment methods, again, cash, check, credit card, whatever you're taking for payment, you can enable that. Terms, again, that's your basically with your customer, what amount of time that they have to pay your invoices by. And then attachments. Let me click into attachments, and then that takes us over here to the attachments area, which I highly recommend for capturing all of the receipts that you're going to receive, or all of the other documents, bank statements, what have you, that are associated with your business. You can simply drag those files in here to this top box up here where it says drag or drop, or you can just do an upload as well from your computer's file system. So this is a great way to add attachments in the sense that you can actually associate the attachments with specific transactions. So we'll go back to all lists. And again, this is your list, the area. So if you want to customize, if you want to maximize your categories, so to speak, in QuickBooks Online, this is the place to do it. Now remember, another option that doesn't show up on here that will show up if you have Essentials version of QBO is going to be classes and divisions or businesses, depending on what you decide to call it. Classes are very helpful if you've got different segments of your business that you want to tag transactions to specifically. Divisions and businesses work the same way. The difference, though, is that you can only associate one division or business per transaction, whereas with classes, you can associate each line item with a different class. So hopefully this has helped give an overview of the lists that are available in QuickBooks Online to help customize and leverage the software to your benefit. Thanks for watching. For more videos, check us out on YouTube, or you can go to our website at shortfinancial.com. Until next time, happy bookkeeping. Thank you.